The X factor of sales. Just because you are great at sales does not mean that you can coach people to be great like you. Reason being is because some people have an X factor, and that's not to say that you can't learn how to get this additional trait. It just takes some more effort than others. Some people are born to be extremely sociable, easy to be trusted, and have a very easy time when it comes to making friends. So when it comes to selling, although I don't know how true this is, the youngest of the family is naturally good at sales because they always get their way. Whether that's true or not, I think that it makes sense because they probably have more experience not only seeing the different personalities of their siblings and how they interact, but also they have that advantage over the older siblings to get sympathy from their parents because they're younger. Sometimes programs will say to you that if their program doesn't work, it's your fault. It's always your fault and you're doing it wrong. I don't think that's necessarily true all the time. In fact, if somebody doesn't have this X factor, there's likely a good chance they're not going to get the same results as everyone else who has developed this trait. That doesn't mean they won't get results, but it does mean that it's going to take them a lot more field work, a lot more preparation, a lot more time spent to put in before getting your first deal. So this X factor is what I wanted to start with. Basically, if you were to give somebody all the strategies and tactics to be good at real estate, and for whatever reason they're not able to get results, so you look at what they're doing, and they're making the calls and they're doing everything right, what is it that is not causing this person to get the same results that everybody else does? It's this X factor. It's the ability to build trust and confidence within the client about you. There's a reason that the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, was a bestseller. It's because making friends and influencing people is one of the most important skills you could learn. It's a cliche saying, but your network is your net worth. How are you going to build a network if people don't trust you? That's why it's such a valuable skill. If you can get somebody to trust you, that is the best currency you can have. You can make friends with millionaires and even billionaires, and just for the sake of them wanting to work with you, you could become very wealthy. So that's what this X factor is. It is the ability for somebody to trust you, for them to feel transparency and confidence in you when they speak with you. This takes the most amount of work if you don't have this innately. There were two books that my team would get as they started off back in my solar days when I had my solar company. The first one was How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the second one was Door to Door Millionaire. This book was more of the strategic tactics, whereas How to Win Friends and Influence People was the X factor. So I highly recommend getting that book. If you or somebody on your team is not getting results yet seems to be doing everything to the T, now you know that they're not doing everything. They think they're doing everything, but they're not coming at the situation the same as if someone who had this X factor would be. The client does not trust them, and it could go so many different ways. It could be the tone of voice. It could be the fast talking on the phone. It could be not pausing after you ask a question and going right into something else because you're nervous. Think from the client's point of view. This is what they are probably thinking. What do you feel so nervous about? You're that nervous to lose this deal? Is it because this is a scam? Is it because you need the money? People don't want what they can have easily. They want what they can't have. This X factor plays a massive, massive role when it comes to sales. If you have this X factor and you put in high numbers of phone calls, if you make over 100 calls a day, for example, you will have no problem making six figures in 12 months, even if you're a newbie. The strategy and tactics are just a fraction of the importance of this X factor and the numbers that you're putting in on the leads. This X factor is huge. If you do not have it, read How to Win Friends and Influence People right away.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.